Hey everybody, it's been a while since we sprayed anything in this booth. We had a heck of a time. So we have some good premium clear. We're going to finish out these bedsides. It's our third go. Third time's a charm. All right, let's do this. good. Our fresh air system's working really nice. We ain't smelling anything. We're out of here. Alright guys, it's been a while. It's a little hot in this shop. It's over 100 in here and the booth ain't much better, but the flow down from the top this time of year is fantastic. You haven't seen us in a little bit is because we had a delay and we had a couple issues that were beyond my control, and we spent an awful lot of time recycling material that should not have needed to be recycled, so I got out of the game, but we're back. What you saw in there is the third time's a charm shootout on those bedsides for Doyce. Doyce's truck is no longer in the booth. We were able to process the cab and the doors, and so we got it over there, and it's doing good, but it took us forever to process through. We stumbled through the process. Normally it just takes us 2 weeks to panel paint everything out. We're panel painting on a pearl coat, which is not the greatest thing to do, but as long as I keep my variables that I write down, because we're at 98 degrees on the average, and then 40% on the humidity, and I've been that way consistently through the paint job. Every panel is exactly the same, especially with the same pressure, 13 running, with the solder jet. Man, we can't get it any easier than that, so we don't have any issues. Plus, we intermix the containers of paint as we shoot out, so nothing's different, because if you use a gallon, then you wait for a while, and then use the gallon again, it then changes. So what we do is we keep the intermix and to keep them all shaken up and everything. So that's the long-winded end of that. Everybody, we'll continue on and show you some more stuff around the shop. We came into a problem around this shop here where one of our compressors said, well, I'm going to puke. So it destroyed the lines and the filtration system into the booth and destroyed a couple paint jobs that we were doing. Couldn't figure out anything going on in the substrate. We tried to backtrack and everything. But when we went to the final coat, it just popped and went crazy. So we lost a couple jobs and we're on a recycle on a hood. Doyce's truck has been panel painted. The doors are back on. A lot of body work from the hood to the cowl and fender relationship alignments. It was really tough. The hood on this truck is not light, and it's not very kind to people when they get in their 50s that have been doing this for over 30 years. And where I'm going with this is not a woe is me story. It's just that you beat your body to death, eventually you'll reap the benefits from abuse. So I'm opening and closing the hood because this is a tilt forward hood, and I've been working it to death trying to get it right and lining up to the fenders, because for some reason everything just got too wonky in the front end and I want my gaps to look as good as we can get them. So opening and close this thing, I kind of wailed my shoulder a little bit. I just went to close it and that's all it wrote right in here. So that was not fun. So that was in March all the way through April. It still bothers me a little bit, but I had to back way off on blocking and working it. The biggest delay I have is I changed the filters out in here. I've changed the exhaust filters out. We've cleaned this place. We've never had this problem before. and our finishes are getting wrecked. And they're getting wrecked because something got contaminated in the line and or in the shop. We don't know what, so I gotta stop and I gotta figure it out. I can't keep repainting material on panels because it's too expensive to do this. And this is a pearl white paint job. So I had to do 9 cycles of a paint gun on this job to get it right. So I got it. It took a lot. And then, of course, the glass, I put the glass right in. I didn't put any video to it because, guys, at this point of the game, we're just trying to get this truck back to this gentleman. He's been waiting a while now. And although we've done everything we could on this truck to do it right, we just still have an issue that I just got to get over. It's just how things work sometimes. Some things fight you to the finish line. So this is the hood. I'm on my second recycle on this hood. I had another hood that I was doing for my truck personally, and it just ate it. It just wouldn't go. And then this one's doing the same thing. I was able to get a coat of clear on this and then sand it back with 800. And I got to get another coating on it if I can get it to go. If I can get it to go, she'll live forever. It's not a problem. I'm in the window of clear coat, so it's not an issue. But yeah, this has been not fun. I have no idea. Again, we have an enclosed environment, and for some reason, we have an issue. Okay, guys, I'm back over here at the paint bench, and this is the gun I used to shoot. It's an old RP SATA. I've had this for years. I got a 5000B on the wall over here as well, and I got a couple of other guns like DeBilvis and stuff like that. They all work great. I got a Techna. I got a 1.3. I got a 1.4. This is a 1.4. This one does all our clear coating on all our cars. This is the one that basically just does it all for us, and it's never failed me out of all these years of painting. So it's just my go-to. I know some people use some other brands that are fantastic as well. Just for us, it seems to work with what we have. So, but that wasn't the problem. The problem came down to turned into a disaster was we lost a compressor here. We started noticing the compressor go around the time after I serviced it. And what happened was, let me do this better, guys. I'm gonna do this better. So let me talk this out a little bit better. Okay. So what happened with the compressor is okay, so we had 2 issues in the shop, everybody. The first issue that caught us off guard, but we knew it was kind of going, was we service our compressors every year. So every year we get the Ingersoll Rand products with their filters, and we go to their site and buy their stuff and change out our oil every year. And we do the same thing with the other compressor. We have the blue one, the big boy that runs everything in the shop, because we go through a lot of air here. We're using for sandblast, DAs, air tools, you name it, we go through a lot. But out of 6 years with that new compressor, that's a rated 50,000 hour lifetime span on that 4-cylinder pump. But the problem is we only have 980 hours on it in the past 6 years, so it feels like, oh, I use a lot of air here. Well, I really, really don't. We're a small shop. But what did happen is the compressor pump itself became in a state of where it ate itself. And the reason why it happened is because you'll see here, the oil that we purchased, a luck of the draw. I should have went and bought a lotto ticket because it's a 1 in a million chance this happens, but I want to let you know these things are happening very wonky now in a lot of shops and a lot of parts that come from overseas. Like I say, you're gonna have an issue. You need to scrutinize everything that you thought you would never ever scrutinize in your life. Everything you do in restoration at this point, everything has to be looked over, analyzed, and checked, because there's always a reason why you're always running into a problem, and then you got to find the cause of that problem. Okay, long-winded enough. So the oil, as you see in the video here, the oil has no viscosity to it compared to the other oil we have. And when we changed it, as per what we needed to do to keep our warranty, we were lucky, and we were the lucky ones to get the oil with no lubricating properties in it, and the compressor foamed, ate the rings, scored the cylinder walls up, and just dumped it into the tank, and then ate all the filtration system. And we noticed it being a problem late last year through all the other paint jobs, but we have so much filtration on the wall, it never got into the paint booth. So that's a beautiful thing. So our paint work was turning out great. So we just ignored the compressor being an issue. We figured, oh, something stupid. We didn't have any time to say, okay, what the hell happened here? You got $3,000 sitting in there and we got a problem. So anyway, the company was able to warranty it at 980 hours, and I was a couple months out, and we got it taken care of. So we'll have a new pump. We changed the filtration system in this place 3 times already. We have another desiccant setup going in, another DeVilbiss desiccant system. It's huge, it's massive. We should never, ever have another problem again. As so we thought. That's where these come into view. And you've seen me over and over and over again use these. And we were going AWOL here because we were painting some stuff out that was turning out marvelous, fantastic. And then we went and painted some of the bigger parts, and we were having a hell of a time. We couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm not naming names, okay? And it's nobody's fault that this has happened. It's just, be careful where the shit comes from. And I mean that, because this leached into our fucking paint, and this killed a gallon of clear, 2 quarts of activator, reducer, base maker, paint, everything. So we had a hell of a problem, and what it was doing was fish-eyeing. It leached in, and it actually changed the color on one, and we didn't catch it until late last week. We couldn't figure it out. Guys, we were down for the count here. So I know this is long-winded. I wanted to share this with you all, but this is the problem we're having. The quality is leaving everything that we purchased today. Bing. Okay, here is Deutsch's 53 Ford. Yep. And the mower makes the cameo in the back all the time because it's that time of year. I just keep the mower in the back corner of the shop because I got to cut the lawn once a week. It's just that time. So I have the blanket off of it, and of course I put the grill back in, and we're all lined up, and everything's matched up. She's coming out real pretty. Put the glass in. That kind of fell in. The seat is done. It's in. It goes forward and back, and I'm doing door seals. And this door here is a pain in the neck on the alignment, but not bad. Not bad. And the pearl coat is just pretty. It matches really well. All the other parts are painted out. All right, there's Deutsch's hood. We got the emblem on. It's been polished back. She's really pretty. It took a lot of hours, guys. This was 8 hours of polishing, and the reason why I turned into 8 hours of polishing when it only should have took maybe an hour or two is because we did start to have an issue through our paint finish. The truck is beautiful. It's done. It all 100% matches. I'm very proud of the pearl coat and the bodywork that we put forward into this job. It did come out fantastic, but the cost was more time because we had an issue. Thank you for your time, everyone. See you soon. Bye.